Today's episode is brought to you by Progressive, where drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. Quote now at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Thanks for supporting the Fable and Folly Network. Here's another show we know you'll love.
Where am I? Welcome to Desert Skies, traveler. Your journey through the physical plane has come to an end. I am the attendant. My colleague here is the mechanic.
Yo.
This is your last stop on your way to the great beyond. It's our job to make sure you're prepared for the ride. Now, before hitting the road, we have an impressive selection of over 34 varieties of microwavable burritos. What's going on?
There's gotta be a better afterlife than this. I mean, come on!
That's offensive.
Something seems to be wrong with me.
You left something major undone.
I have a life outside of this gas station, you know.
You quite literally do not.
Any hobbies?
Nope.
Ever travel?
Nope.
Love interest?
Are you kidding?
Oh my god. You're like the human version of a plain bagel.
Cash register.
How can I help you, attendant?
Play some music?
You got it.
It's kind of funny, though. What I needed wasn't back there. It was here, waiting for me.
I wonder what it feels like, Mac, to miss the physical plane, the people you left behind.
You know, I had a wife who died 3 years ago.
Wish I could go back.
No, you don't need to go back. You just need to be here.
And a new traveler approaches. Ready, team?
Ready.
Attendant.
Good. Let's do this. Find Desert Skies wherever you listen to podcasts.
Stories. We all have them. Some have loads, some only have toads. But a toad is just a frog with a fancy name. That's science, bub, so vaccinate your children. Do it as I inject you with a story. Welcome to FUZZTOWN Stories. Today's tale, We Are Not Alone, But We Feel Alone, Part 1.
What follows are a series of letters sent to the editors of Mind magazine, a paranormal zine that was published in the mid-1990s. They are recited verbatim without commentary. Dear Mind Mag, I never thought I would write, but I found your magazine in an alternative bookstore. This girl I wanted to date was into grungecore literature, and this guy, Haldon Smithy, was speaking at the Scum Buddies. That's the name of the bookstore. I thought that would grease her gears, but he was all sorts of happy because he's married now, so that really soured the mood. There's nothing sadder than a happy counterculture guy, let me tell you. So, he was all blah, blah, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. She ditched me. So I read your mag because your cover was cool. Anyway, I'm a night watchman at the Hungry Hank's Pudding Factory, and mostly my job is boring, a real snoozer. But one night, I saw something strange. I was supposed to have the night off, but I was picking up some extra shifts because I wanted to buy that Pink Floyd album with the light that blinks that you need the 2 AA batteries for. I got it, but not worth it. I ended up throwing the batteries at the raccoon that keeps giving me the stink eye. But the raccoon just ate the batteries, so now I'm stuck with a crap CD, and my Duracells are probably supercharging a raccoon that I got into a blood feud with. So, I was working this shift when all of a sudden there's a noise outside and a light. Like a quick pulsating light. Like, the one from the Pink Floyd album that I don't particularly care for. But it couldn't be the Pink Floyd album because A, it was in the room with me, B, I had thrown the Duracell batteries at the raccoon and the raccoon, and you got all of that anyway. So there's this light. It was a kind of green, I think. Not an emerald or a hunter, but similar to that kind of green. And I know what you're thinking, but no! It's not blue-green. Not even a little. Look, I'll have to go through the crayon box and I'll send you one in a follow-up. Anyway, there's this light, and then this guy comes in, right in the factory like he owns the place. And he does it because he's not Hungry Hank Hawkins, owner and spokesman for our pudding. 20 flavors. Hank is like 6 foot something, and this guy was like 5 foot nothing. He's got an obvious toupee and these big sunglasses, even though it's night. I hate that. Oh, and a trench coat. even though it was warm. And this is where it gets really freaky. Bell-bottom pants. Yes, I know they went out of style years ago. This guy swishes up to me. He moved in a very sort of wavy way that wasn't like no trench coat, sunglasses wearing, bell-bottom sporting fellow I ever saw, even when it was daytime, cold out, and fashionable. So he says to me, "I'll take the usual." Like it's a thing. There's a usual. Then I see the guy's neck. It's slathered in makeup, and the skin below is like pink. Not pink like how white people are pink. Pink like how a Starburst candy chew is pink. Yeah, that kind of pink. He sees me staring, and he gets all nervous. He's like, "You're not Al," and says, "Sorry, wrong address," and rushes out. Then I see another quick burst of light. I run out, and there's nothing but a few odd burn marks on the ground. I think it was some kind of starman. I don't know who else to write about this. Please help. Signed, Martin Felton. Dear Mind Mag, thank you for printing my last letter and suggesting several books. I don't feel that this person I saw fit into any of the type of aliens you recommended. I also talked to my boss, and he told me to stop jerking around. He said I probably fell asleep and dreamed it. But that's not what I dream about. I dream about Heather Locklear and fishnets. Not the stockings, actual nets. My dad was a tuna man and, well, don't print that part. So, my boss is no help. So, next, I went to the guy whose shift I took. He's not named Al, even though the alien guy asked for Al. Alien guy, or AG as I call him. The AG asked for Al, but the guy I replaced that night is named Biff. Biff Daniels. Maybe I shouldn't write his last name. Just leave that part out too. Okay? Anyway, I went to Biff. Maybe I shouldn't say his first name either, so let me change it to Rick. Okay. I'd restart the letter, but my hand is already kind of cramping up a bit, so I'm just going to go with the whole Biff Daniels now equals Rick. Cool? Cool. So I went to Rick, and Biff says he doesn't know what I'm yammering on about. But before I go, he gives me a look. Like a kind of wink, wink, wink look, but not with words, just with a look. And then, the next week, he quits out of nowhere. And I asked my boss, "What's with Rick?" And he's like, "Biff's gone." And I asked him if he's got like a forwarding address or something, and he says, "No." Then I'm put on paid leave for a week because of personal reasons. They say I'm acting crazy and yelling at people. Now, I'm a little concerned for my own safety. I read that some of these aliens got friends in high places. I'll report back if anything else weird happens. Your pal, M. Felton.
The Fable and Folly Network supports creators of exceptional audio stories, including the one you're listening to right now. If you love our shows, we want to hear from you. Complete our listener survey at fableandfolly.com/survey. This will help us learn more about you, what you like, what you'd like to hear more of, and how we can maintain an inclusive, safe atmosphere. As a thank you for your participation, we have extras and behind-the-scenes content from your favorite shows. Fans make the network what it is. Thanks for listening, and we can't wait to hear from you. Find our listener survey at fableandfolly.com/survey today. Looking to get out of the ads and back to the story? Fable and Folly Plus is a new way to support the creators you love. The podcast you're listening to right now and more than 60 others can be heard ad-free for as little as $4 a month by visiting fableandfolly.com/plus. And now you'll start to see Fable and Folly Network shows are offering bonus content to all existing and new supporters. Find exclusive new episodes from shows like Civilized and Realms of Peril and Glory. Fable and Folly Plus. Sign up today at fableandfolly.com/plus.
Dear Mindbag, sorry I haven't written for a while. My mom's been sick, and I had to go down to Arizona to take care of her. Also, I've been trying this phone dating thing, and I'm not so good at small talk. Who would have thought? I've left my job at the pudding place because I just kept getting these vibes, I think maybe they're shooting some sort of invisible ray at me that makes me all itchy. It's fine. I'm sure I can pick up some work. I think I might stay in Arizona. I'm writing because something happened last week. Let me be honest, I've been writing to several UFO mags about the incident. Yes, you were the first, but look, if I had a brain tumor, I'd want to get a second opinion. You would want to get a second opinion, right? Get some more ideas. But you spaceheads are all kind of the same. Always hung up about these grays. But that's not these guys. What I'm saying is, my name is getting out there as someone who's had interaction with the unexplained. In certain circles, I'm a bit of a celebrity. I'm not saying I'm, famous. I'm no Janine Garofalo. But I'm no Kato Kalin either, if you get my drift. That movie, The Truth About Cats and Dogs, I thought it was going to be a documentary with secrets about animals. I don't know why they always have Janine Garofalo play the ugly chick. I mean, I'd bang her, probably. She's kind of sarcastic in that sort of way that makes me nervous. I wouldn't want her all making fun of me and stuff. Like some kind of girl Don Rickles. Why does he call people hockey pucks? It's a weird thing to say to somebody. You could just leave all that part out, actually. Here's the meat of the roast I'm writing you about. I was taking care of my mom with her dialysis and emphysema and whatnot, and it's late. Like, maybe close to midnight, and I get a knock on the door. I'm thinking maybe I ordered a pizza and I forgot about it. Yeah, happens. But this was no pizza. Instead, I got delivered a message. There was a very tall lady at the door, at least a head taller than me. She was in a tuxedo with a purple cummerbund and a bow tie. She was quick to tell me that I better stop poking my nose where it don't belong. That she came from an agency that was so top secret that even the top secret agencies didn't know it existed. She handed me her card. It was blank. Yeah. And then, as I was holding it, crumbled away. She said that there are forces beyond what we know, and it's best to stay dumb, stay ignorant, and stay silent. I told her where she could shove her secrets. That's when everything got foggy. Like, she suddenly had me in a trance. And she spoke in a language I didn't know, but the words stuck in my brain. She was speaking beyond speaking. Except it still had a heavy accent. Like, she learned her telepathy late in life, so it wasn't perfect. Her accent sounded maybe Slavic or something. The message was like, Argomagus. And then she laughed. In that sort of way that was like, I really told him. Like that. But the accent was so thick, I didn't really get it. But I think it might be the key. Mo-Gus. Mo-Gus. Does that mean anything to you? Your pal, in space, Martin. Dear editors, I get it if you don't know the answer, but a reply would be nice. I've been talking to other UFOologists and people in the know, and they don't have the highest opinion of your little rag. Sorry. Mag. I mistyped. Ha. Maybe this is all a joke to you, but what happened to me is real and serious. When you've been threatened by a threateningly tall woman, don't come crying to me. A real person, Martin Felton. Dear Bill, I'm sorry to hear about your financial issues, and I didn't realize the magazine had to go on hiatus or whatever. I appreciate you reaching out to me personally. I know the post office can be a real pain in the patoot about forwarding. When my mom died, it was a whole thing. I still get letters addressed to her, and it really eats me up. You think it's over and it's past, and then you get some charity or Publishers Clearinghouse offering, you see her name, and you realize she's gone. And I hope you get the magazine up and running again. And thanks for giving me your P.O. Box. Right back soon. Hope all is well. Your buddy, Martin. Bill, something's going on. I was at a conference in Omaha. Nothing big, kind of low-key, but I met this person, and I use person loosely. I should go back and add quotes, but the words are already kind of close together, so I think the quote marks would make it too hard to read. Anyway, this person, notice the quote marks this time, this person. When I told them about the pudding, they really lit up. They said it sounded like the Trogus. Look, I got a jet, Bill. I have this thing, but I wanted to pop this in the mailbox right away. The Trogus, Bill! It could be big! Pudding big! This could explain everything! Your pal, Martin.
FUZZTOWN Stories is a Roy Gold production. It was written by Jonathan Goldberg with music by David Origlieri. Today's episode was read by James Oliva. Listen to every single episode at podmusical.com to catch up before Season 3 out this spring. Listen to the static between radio stations to find out where the ghosts are having their surprise party. They can't hide from you. As always, thanks for listening and have a suntabulous bicuspid of a day.
Can't get enough fall the House of Sunshine? Then join me, New Molar historian Lyman Keys in the Himalaya Plus section, where you'll get commentaries, special exclusive episodes where I answer your questions about New Molar and beyond, as well as a community to chat with fellow Sunshine fans. Join Himalaya Plus and speak with the creators about the show and get exclusive updates and access. I'll see you in Himalaya Plus. Lyman Keys, Lyman at you in Himalaya Plus.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.